us have very little, if any, experience with Savage. If you notice mechanics, what they do, don't be afraid to call them out. If you feel like you have a good strategy for it, definitely bring it up. And one big thing, if you notice where we should be placing markers, like based off of very specific places, definitely let me know. So that we can get those set up as soon as it makes sense to.
Can you hear me, Myth?
So that I can hear you.
I heard something.
That was Jerry. Close this up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. It worked. Can you hear me, Myth?
Yeah.
Alright, I just wanted to hear your voice, so since we're talking to each other more. Know who I'm listening for. I haven't gotten to do anything with you yet.
Right on.
Both excited and terrified.
Food check.
Alright.
Right. I get it. I figured it out. Okay. So the person that gets hit by a tank buster is going to bind to faraway allies when it falls off after 2 seconds after it falls off. I explode and you guys exploded.
Okay, easy enough.
Oh.
So that's probably going to be a taunt
Oh, that's
swap.
an in and out flail. Cool.
Yeah, so he dropped the spiky ball thing first, and that was an N. And then he dropped whatever the other
Right.
weapon is, and that
It's like
was...
It's like a dancer weapon. It's like a ring.
Yeah, so spiky ball looks like it's a get out, and then the dancer weapon, what are those called, chakrams or whatever,
Yeah.
is a get in. I don't know if it's the same order every time. I'm assuming that's going to be random.
Keep going.
Heavy handed, big tank down.
Yeah, that's a get out, I think. Red chains.
Yeah, chains have to spread, and
So
there's
this
people who get
this should be an
marked.
in first. Get in. If I'm right. Yep, and then get out.
Oh, that's okay. So if it's anchors, it's get to the opposite side of the arm he's flinging. He's swinging.
Oh.
That was different that time, yeah. Yeah, he was swinging
Oh.
both, but he throws one out first.
Okay, so some people are gonna get marked with different debuffs. One is chains and one is shackles. The shackles are a little red ring. The chains is just a debuff on you. You need to be away from the people who have the chains, so we should run those to the corners. and then the shackles just need to get away from everybody else because it's just a big AoE around them.
So that would be what was it? Blue to corners, red, just spread?
Yeah. Spread, but don't go back to the corners. Move
Okay.
like east and west. And a little bit north if you have to. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, red circles can go to B, C, or D. We shouldn't need markers. We should have them at the back corners. It's a little bit easier to move to. Or yeah, I guess this works. I don't know what we'll need for markers in the second.
Yeah, I don't either. Right now, we can just use them for callouts and then adjust them if we need to.
Yeah, eventually everybody will understand though. But yeah, so B, C, D would be good places to take the red chains, blue chains to 3, 4. I think I only saw 2 people with the blue chains. But that's what we got. Thanks.
That's anchored, right? So yeah, where Iris is. D and then B, it looks like.
Ooh, that's a big.
It's huge, yeah.
I'm just gonna grab it off you in case there's a debuff. I don't know if there's a.
Knockback.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
nice.
ball. That's out. Out
So
then
this should be out, yeah, out then in.
Okay. Nice samurai living this low.
on.
Oh,
Triple
yeah.
colors. Let's go.
I knew it.
You knew it. You definitely called it. Bing bong.
So there was only a couple of the new color. I guess
I
that's
didn't have
gonna.
a color on me at all.
You didn't? Did you have a debuff?
Nope, nothing.
Nothing. Maybe there are too few people there.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, there was 8 because the middle was the only empty, right? So 8 of us, 8 things. Everybody's got a soak one.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is the ground under him.
Interesting.
Ground
Yeah.
under him looked. Hang on, let me look at the clip real quick.
Right, so what are we doing with the chains again? Red is on the cardinal directions, the ABCD.
Red is spread. Blue was corners, I believe.
Yeah. It looks like, yeah, the people with blue will do are gonna chain to people and then do damage to the people they're chained to based off of how close they are to those people. And the red is just gonna do damage in a big AoE around them.
So I'm trying to count. It looks like we had an even number of. Oh no, I guess not. Never mind. The purple is weird. I don't know. I'm like trying to count to see. Maybe it's just maybe we don't get a buff. Maybe we just have to alternate colors each time. I don't know. Because there was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5 oranges.
There's also 8 squares, so it's possible that we can look at the ground the next time we get there, see if it's that. If not, come up with the second theory. We have to get there.
Nice.
I think I broke my purple chain by outranging it.
Yeah, so I had
think
red on me, and then I got too far away from the person that had it, and then I was no longer affected by red.
Yeah, because it looks like I keep getting hit by purple, I think.
Okay, I understand the purple chain. After having a wider view on it. But I'll explain it next. Oh. In and out.
In and out, yeah.
Okay,
Purple?
so those purples are only on second.
Purple.
Yeah, I think we have to have somebody in each one. I didn't see a debuff or anything for it though, so I'm not sure the.
Perhaps being in one will give you a debuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is you're gonna have to alternate colors.
Yeah.
I think it is just one person in each one, yeah.
I actually didn't catch what was my killer on that.
So the
Here,
purple chain, when it goes off, does damage around the person that it's on, as well as damage to the people they're chained to and a little AoE around them. So the people chained can't be too close to each other, then the red ones just do damage in a big circle around them. That's a bit easier. But yeah, I think purple cleaving people is killing people.
How many purple chains go out at once? Like 2?
I think there's 2 people with it, then there's a bunch of people who they chain to, but everyone can see who they're chained to. I didn't see one break early, it looked like it broke at the same time as everything else.
So we should probably looking. So I'm looking at the VOD and on the sides, which is 1D 3, 2, B, 4. All the bottom ones were orange, and then the only blue ones were the front and the back, which are C and A. I think we just assign people to each marker. So I think the markers actually might be in a decent spot because they're roughly in a square. We just assign somebody to each marker. Tank probably stays in, whoever's actively tanking probably stays on A.
Okay. I can go to 3, Emery to 4.
Okay.
Either melee, I guess Iris to C. Gibble to D, Orlin B. Fatness 2. Whoever's not tanking go to 1. Other ones stay on A.
All right.
Good to me.
Oh wait, I think I figured out the grid thing. I think. I'm gonna hold on till we get back to it. But I think I have an idea for that.
Let's get there.
Yeah, I think we just have to see that with everybody. in line.
When you get Tank Buster, try like running super far out. See if that helps. For the beam one or whatever it was.
Yeah. The beam one does knock me back, so I'm not sure
Oh,
that would be the play.
maybe you have to knock back a minute?
I did try that one and it didn't work, but I did charge back into him.
Ah, I see.
So
Right weapon first.
should we do purple like stacking in the center towards the boss and then red at the ABCD?
I almost think if you get Shackles of Companionship, you should go to a corner.
So,
Because that was the first time I had that one.
You're dying there every time.
Well,
We gotta figure out a way to keep them alive.
No, that's a swap. That one's a swap. I take
Yep.
increased magic damage and then he does a holy attack.
So do you gotta stay knocked out and then I pump swap?
I believe so. So when that happens, I'll just shirk and we swap.
Okay.
I got the ever faintest glimpse of that 2-second debuff of increased magic damage taken.
okay, there's something I need to see on chains. I have an idea about the chains, but I need to see it in practice before I'll know if this is the case or not.
yeah, because
But we might be assigning markers. Two of us had red chains there, from what I could see. Me and Gibble both had it. Or did you have blue chains?
I think mine were like a purple blue. But they were Chains of Companionship was the debuff name.
Have we read the debuff whenever it's been applied to somebody?
Yeah, I have. I've only read Chains of Companionship.
Does it say anything good that tells us, or not really?
Oh.
The tooltip or whatever?
So okay, I noticed that the blue is tethering the closest, but I don't know if that changes, like based off of proximity on people, or if they keep the chain the whole time once tethered.
So what if we send the red person off into Narnia, and the blue one, we kind of cluster around them.
But I think the red fires off and hits other people. Like I think it picks 3 or 4 other people, and it shoots the chains to them, maybe. So I know there were at least 4 people that were hit with red.
Is the red moving when people touch them, or is it just moving on its own after a set duration?
So I'm looking at. I'm pretty sure I had red chains on that last pull.
Because I had red chains on that last pull.
Yeah, I had red chains.
So I know that people that have red hurt people that they're next to. Does purple hurt people next to purple when it goes off?
Yes. Much
Okay.
tighter though. Much tighter.
Like it's a smaller circle?
Yeah, it's a really small circle. It's like the size of most tank busters.
If you're blue, do you want to be chained? Because I was chained to 2 others and I got destroyed there.
Well,
I think
it looks
you'll
like the red
automatically-
chains just kind of went haywire. I think, what if we did blue chains kind of stack in the middle, red chains stack on A, B, C, D?
ABs. Can't go to A.
I've gotten the red a couple of times as tank. Like if a tank gets it, tank can go to that one. Otherwise,
But they
B, C, or
don't,
B. But if they don't, we still have D, C, and B. Just use
don't
A
know
for the
if-
tank.
Because I've seen people dying from single hits of the blue. Do the people with the blue chain have to move together so that they all take the cleave? Like, does getting hit by 2 of them prevent the damage?
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I-
After the first blast, like as soon as you're healed a bit, spread a little bit. I want to see if red chains are moving automatically or if people need to touch them. So just don't be too close to each other.
Do we get blue people stacking up on one spot then?
Yeah, blue all just move together. And
The
we
blue
die.
circles are smaller, so we can pretty much be like on the boss, just spread out.
Yeah.
Ours has loneliness, shackles. Garchuk has purple.
Yeah, I'm gonna shackle the people now.
Okay,
Okay.
so I see.
I think
Okay, so that does kill. Okay, I get it.
I think I get the blue.
So if you get shackles as a companionship, I think you want to be alone.
They, no. Wait, which one did you say
This
Iris
is,
had?
The red one. Ours had red.
Well, what was it called?
Loneliness.
Loneliness, you want to be alone.
Yeah.
I had blue.
Okay.
Companionship. So, okay, I get it. So, loneliness, the red, you just take off to the sides. Everybody else stay in near the boss, but not too close to each other.
Pretty much that thought real quick. I think I saw something with the blue.
Because the blue did cleave us, and when we got hit, it gave magic vulnerability, and that's why getting hit by 2 of them kills you.
Okay, so maybe it's like a loose stack.
Yeah, but whoever has blue has to stay in. If you get a red shackle, you have to run that out. If you get blue, you have to stay in, but everybody has to maintain pretty decent distance from each other. Just
Okay.
make sure the shackle doesn't change to somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did watch my shackle change from somebody who was red to somebody else after the red person moved out.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So right when the red shackles expire, it's shooting out like red chains to people.
Did anybody with red die?
I was perfectly fine, and I didn't get hit by anyone else, but I'm a tank.
I think it was just blue that died. Because
Yeah,
blue were
that's-
trying stacking that time.
Yeah, so I think we're doing red correct. Okay, so I think red might be. Okay, it's hard to. Let me see if I can grab a screenshot of this.
So are we like connect, like chain up with someone, but like keep distance, like as far as that chain might go?
Yeah, red is definitely shooting out towards the other reds, it seems. So I think that's definitely the spread out.
Yeah.
So I've watched blue get applied on 3 different polls. Looking at the replays, and every time that I've gotten the blue chain, I'm near the original person. But every time I haven't gotten it, I'm not near that person. So I think there might be some type of proximity base to who gets the blue chains.
Blue is proximity.
I was gonna
That's
say-
the point of it.
So
It's the
if
3
you-
nearest people to the person with the debuff.
now, what if red is the opposite and it's the 3 farthest people?
Red looks like it gets applied automatically. Blue gets applied to one person. And it might actually be, that you're right, that it is getting applied to the furthest people, so technically we could set it up beforehand.
So you could almost bait it, right? Where we have like blue group is like here. I'm trying not to get too close to the boss, right? And then the red person is here, and then the 3 baiters are out
we're at
here. I don't know how many. 2.
Well, your blue group is going to be 4 people, I think, because it's the original plus 3 chains, or maybe
Okay.
it's more.
I actually haven't been counting red circles. I've just seen a red chain fly at me, and I'm in actual fucking Narnia sometimes, so it just
Yeah.
So, but like I think that might be right, where we just
Okay, yeah, it's
Blue.
proximity based.
blue, red bait team, way over here, some shit like that, you know?
It looked like we had enough time to move to the spots.
Oh.
Oh,
We have debuffs for the chains before they ever go out.
Yeah,
Yes.
one person is marked with red, one person is marked with blue. And I'm watching the replay of that last one. I had a decent view. Looks like the 3 farthest people from the red mark are the ones marked with the red circle. And then I moved in because there was one person that had red mark on them. Not the actual chain debuff, but a red mark, like a red circle around them. I got closer to the person marked with blue, took their blue chain away. But I was
Okay.
standing on top of Garchomp, which is what got the 2 of us killed.
so so the receivers of the chain debuff can be manually swapped.
We can pick who gets it, probably.
You can pick who. Basically, it picks a red and a blue randomly, I'm guessing. But you can choose who it shoots out to, it looks like.
Okay, so then
So it'd probably be best to have, like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
okay, so then what I
melee
was-
and tanks do, like, the purple if they can, and then ranged and healers do the red, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
okay, so then we could still kind of run something like that where blue is on the boss, and then the red initiator runs to 3 or 4, and then the receivers run opposite.
Yeah.
there any-
Can we make some marker adjustments then, real quick?
For what?
So if we want to put the red outside, let's move some markers inside for blue.
You can
Because
move,
it looks like you guys don't want to overlap either.
you move C up, right? You can move C up, and then you just have like from 4 to D.
Yeah, just
I mean-
move them in a chunk of tiles. So like right around that center square. And then like
we did use these markers for who was gonna go where for
the
next
squares.
phase, so
Yeah. So I mean, we can leave the markers and just know
Like-
that like C, D, B, A, or A, B, C, D are the points that we stack on, just closer to the boss.
do we know
like-
if there's any determinism for who's getting marked with what type of debuff?
As far as the initial chains, I haven't noticed any pattern with that.
I would think if it's random and we just assigned everyone to a marker, in a way, as best we could, it would work.
So our first poll, it was Tank Red, Reaper Blue.
I'd say off of that, no, then, because
Second poll was Healer Red, Bard Blue.
I've never gotten blue. I've only ever gotten red as tank.
So maybe tanks and healers get red. DPS.
Well, I think last time I got blue, but that was my first time getting blue. Not
You
last
did
time,
get
two
blue.
two pulls ago.
you did get.
Yeah. Usually red though, I find. But I think that's because red gets transferred to others.
Okay, yeah, this one shows we actually had a poll where we had 2 DPS get red and blue, so it's random.
Yeah, it's got to be just random who gets it.
It makes it a lot harder if there's some determinism. It'd be a lot easier to pre-spread.
Yeah.
I mean, we can already pre-spread though, right? Technically.
It looks like, yeah, we get 8 seconds of quick call to make.
Because I'm looking at like when the debuff's applied. Let's see, 24 chains is going out at 238. Yeah, we got at least 10 seconds of seeing the debuff and moving. Yep.
Okay. Best I could come up with is. Do we know if the chain's moving to people when they, like when the red explodes? If that, you said you had seen chains moving between the red people. Do we know if that'll kill people if it goes, like, passes through them?
It looks like it just
hasn't,
arcs
because-
through the air. It looks like
Yeah.
it just arcs through the air, people.
I was gonna say because we've had blue in the middle of, and then like a red go. Like I'm watching the video right now, and I've seen a red go from like D to B, and it didn't kill. I mean, the people in blue are dying, so maybe I guess.
No, I think people on in blue were dying because we were too closely stacked. I think it's got to be a loose stack.
Yeah, you have to be pretty far apart. They're not massive circles, but I don't know if the circles themselves can overlap or not.
That's
Actually, no, they definitely can, because I watched 2 circles overlap one hole and it was totally fine.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Garchomp and Emery had a small overlap where they weren't in each other's circles, and
Yeah, we were totally fine.
no, you can overlap.
You can overlap circles, just the circle can't hit the person.
Yeah, so the other circle can't touch the person, but you can definitely overlap circles. So we can be pretty, with that in mind, we can be pretty close in melee, right? Like the melee, if we can ensure the melee get blue, that'll just help with uptime, right?
Okay, so what we could do is range 2, like healers or range DPS who feel like who don't have a marker can move to 1D and 3, so that they'll guaranteed get red, so we can keep uptime. Whoever gets red marker, go to B. And if you're not, then just try to adjust for blue, and blue stay in, and then just spread as you need to.
Like, just to give you perspective, I just threw a screenshot in rating strats, and you can see Emery and Garchomp, like, with a small overlap on their blue. And after that goes off, they're still alive. So, and they don't have, like, a debuff or anything. So, like, that's how close you can be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem keeping the blue
yeah.
stacked good.
It looks like
That's
we
not
had
very-
3 go off right there, and 1 didn't. and it looked like for the red, 3 reds go off and 1 red doesn't.
Maybe
I
the
thought-
originator. Maybe the originator
The
doesn't go off.
originator's probably safe from getting hit himself.
Could be.
Okay, yeah, let's just try taking red to B.
Run it, see what happens.
And
if you're a range or a healer, just run 3D1,
that'll guarantee those are the furthest.
and you'll be
Stay
wicked
in.
far apart.
Probably don't need to be quite that far, but just generally in those locations. Okay. It's been a bit.
Tackle time. Okay, I got red. Get me out of here.
I have blue, so I have to stay in another range when healers move up.
I need you to move.
Yeah, I'm moving away.
That's blue and red.
Okay, so I was close. I think.
Okay,
Looks like
that
it's
was-
spread enough and properly. Okay.
Yeah, so it's anchors.
And so
Which one was first? I didn't say.
My side, Gibble.
You
Oh.
liar.
Did I lie?
Don't go over
Yep,
there.
that side was definitely first.
I'm so sorry.
I want to see this next minute. Okay.
Okay, I want to see. That was
Pranks the whole
Knock you
I
out.
just
I'm gonna
rolled
taunt,
anyway.
and then I'm gonna.
That's gonna. Okay, that hits.
Wow. Whoever has aggro is getting slammed by that. and It's
That's
a
an
third amount of
immunity.
damage.
Yeah,
There's no way.
just immune that phase.
Just casually prank the whole
Okay.
raid.
Casual.
Fucking-
Knocked
the
back
actual,
after
the
knocked back
actual
again.
debate got you.
Pranked so
Okay.
hard I pranked myself.
It's probably still a swap, so the boss doesn't move. But
Yeah, it hit me for 143,000.
That
So
sounds livable.
Oh,
I don't know
only?
what you're complaining about.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a swap, actually. I think
Just-
you just push Holmgang and you're okay. They're both hits.
I was just thinking swap for the sake of not moving the boss, but the boss will go back.
Yeah, boss returns to center when he does his abilities. Like the next set. So, yeah, you just immune that.
Right.
Savage does that a lot. It just forces
Cool.
you to immune.
Pressure. Oh fuck, I'm going to die button.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, but hey,
actually,
we got change figured out.
actually, I want to try something with that. If it, yeah, with the tank thing.
Okay.
Am I still taking him here then?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna still taunt though. For the thing. Wait.
Oh, that's weird.
That was weird.
I definitely primed my buff instead of just kind of releasing pull, so you pulled off.
Emery has purple.
Don't move back in.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that is shit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
so I
blue.
had it that time and I emanated it.
And yeah, don't start to move in until. Okay, so
Left side dropped first, so staying right.
Yeah.
I'll move through.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, we can at least see what you wanted to do with the.
Yeah, everybody get behind the boss.
Oh, I see. Keep on.
Yep. I just lived.
Oh, you. Okay, yeah, maybe if we have everybody.
Yeah, if everybody's alive. Yeah.
Did you have to immune to survive that hit?
I didn't get hit by Holy that time. I'm not sure what happened.
So this is in and out.
He took the holy.
I took it off you.
Did you
So-
have
I
to
didn't immune. I didn't have to immune.
Okay, so you can just DR and live.
That's a tank swap. He's getting knocked back, and then it's immediately followed up by the one shot thing on the tank. So that's a tank swap to where whoever gets knocked back, you taunt off, and then stack with the entire raid and split the damage.
I didn't Okay. get hit.
Because I survived it. I had like 9,000 health left with whoever else was alive.
We just only had 3 other people there with
Right.
I survived because I had used my immunity preemptively just in case.
Oh, so you did immune it.
I did immune, but I didn't get hit by the Holy. I got hit by a different thing.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
I got
you got
it.
hit with the holy damage, but you had to immune to survive what you got hit with.
Oh,
The knockback I can live through just fine as long as I don't get pushed out of the arena.
Okay.
trying to find the damage that it did.
We'll still swap there. We'll try that again.
Yeah, I took 64k that time from it. So that's definitely the play.
I'm blue boy.
Fatness is red, so fatness go to B.
I went to D, my bad.
Okay.
Werlin's probably gonna die. Yeah, saw that coming.
Good. I think Jerry has to be in more.
All right, stack up behind the bus. Or well, do this first and then.
Yeah, right side, right side.
It's in and out.
It's a chakram, so yeah, it's in
Oh,
In and out, yeah.
and out.
swap.
Okay, now stack behind bus. I'll reprisal this too. Oh, I actually don't have reprisal.
Is my Garcia.
Oh,
You live, we don't.
What?
I don't know if that's a stack.
I think that is an immune on the guy that gets knocked back, and you just take him after.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so Jerry just immune.
how much damage did you guys take from it though?
Yeah.
All of it.
I might be able to get back in time. Maybe it is an whole party stack thing.
I'm pretty sure I was at full HP and then I wasn't.
Because I didn't
Yeah.
soak with you either, and I got you.
Yeah, we were full HP, shielded, damage reduction.
Yeah.
Wait, but what killed you, Jerry?
A big red explosion that emanated from him because he had the smash thing.
I'm definitely getting hit for less whenever we hold it though. Like whenever we stack. Like I'm surviving.
Let's try getting me in there.
That's not a group soak.
I don't
You
think
could
that's
have
good.
10 of you in there and that wouldn't save us.
Okay.
DPS we're taking 73,000, 74,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, whatever hit you, Jerry, was 213,000 damage.
Yeah.
I think, I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure this is just you immune the first ability, and your immunity is still there for the whole.
Because he's doing a
And
different
swap
ability
that.
to you when it looks like it's different when you're soaking and when you're not. Because it's red when you did it with the group, but normally it's just a big blue circle. It was a big blue circle the one time you lived it, and then the one time it hit me that I saw.
Let's just try it this way with you just immuning before that first hit, like the knockback.
Mhm.
And then the holy should also be immune on you. Like no tank swap there, stay far away. And just see if an immune will beat both hits. And if you survive. And then swap right after the holy. Let's try that.
Do it. Clean. Clean.
Easy.
Flail time. Anchors.
Yeah, so be on his right side. Quickly left. So right before this hits you. Hold aggro. Okay, now
Yeah.
swap.
Wait, that was different.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
Out and then in.
Out then.
Doing it.
Be going to the markers I can set for everybody.
I think that was B.
Heal up.
Wipe. Probably sure kill.
Yeah, Temperance, that's the one.
Yeah, because I think this initial hit is what assigns us our debuff effectively.
Murray and Whirlwind need to be on different markers.
Alright.
Oh, now we
Alright.
got it.
I need fire.
Oh shit, I'm dumb. Wait, am I?
Bing bong.
Wait.
Okay, so blue does not work with red, unless we all have to be alive soaking them. Because I did take 999.
I survived that set.
So I didn't see any purple.
One, does purple just kill you?
Watching the replay right now after.
Hey, can you check which crystal exploded?
And then stack with the fire rate.
What do you mean?
And
Unless we all
So
have
there are
to be alive
3,
soaking.
right?
Oh,
It was the bottom one.
The bottom one.
those
Are you sure?
different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I was trying-
I was on
out
a red circle,
No, it was the top.
and yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I got hit with purple, not red.
Yeah, I'm actually watching like a slow mo of the top getting
So,
cracked
like,
right now.
so does he alternate?
Maybe it's just top for this. It was bottom and normal. That seems like a really weird thing to swap.
I want to watch that phase again, see if the boss is doing anything.
Does he
Try
do
to get there.
something weird? Can you actually like? Let's give it a couple more goes. See if he doesn't. He does.
Oh, Iris had a good point.
So
And
why? I can't see chat.
Oh! Yeah, maybe it's the way that the boss is. Yeah, if his hand's in the air, maybe he explodes top crystal, hand at the ground explodes bottom crystal.
And then getting a debuff indicates where you need to go, and you need to watch the hand to know where to go. Okay.
oh, okay.
We all have to be spread initially. We all need to be in our own one, because I did see that after he did his initial attack, everything like flared up, and if when they weren't all full, we all just died.
Okay.
We'll have to figure out what purple means. Maybe purple is a bad.
Maybe
Gun.
purple just kills you straight up.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So it's like we all spread out, and then we kind of figure out where we're going.
And immediately get to your crystal.
Yeah.
And if you're
then
with somebody else at the beginning.
Oh, geez, that's a little stressful. So it's like, so spread, get your crystal, spread, get your crystal, spread.
well, maybe you don't have to
Oh,
get.
no.
Maybe you don't have to stay spread after the first one pops,
You
right?
didn't. I lived with this person.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see.
But I do think
So-
everyone has to be alive. It looked like there was like grade 1 split damage happening.
Oh, I figured out the tank thing.
But
There's 2 different casts. I just didn't catch it at first.
yeah.
So you have Pitless Flail of Purgation, and then I think the other one was Grace that we had last time.
Yeah, so we did find out that if he just takes the first hit and the second hit with immunities, and then you taunt after he takes both hits, it's completely fine.
Yeah, but there's got to be a difference in like the mechanics, though, right? I mean, otherwise, why would it have 2 different? Because the last time he got hit by like a blue thing, instead of red. And that was the Grace cast.
If this doesn't work at some point, I think we look further into it.
I'm glad this man's got a VOD to reference and we're not just like YOLOing it. Could you imagine how much harder this would be without like, roll back the tape, I want to watch it again.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
So, when he was doing that Warder's Wrath cast, anybody who that was in a purple square did not die. Anybody who was in red or blue died.
Oh, okay. So purple safe?
It seems like purple was safe, yeah.
Because I was definitely in a corner and I saw Garchomp was at C, I believe, and he did live.
Yeah, it's purple that's safe.
Oh, so purple's safe and then you get your color?
Is then...
Maybe.
Well, here. Sec.
What if purple's like a wild card color, where you're safe either when you're frost or fire?
That is also a feasible thing.
So after the first one goes off on my screen, on my replay, everybody has a color to pick.
Yeah, so...
I don't...
So right...
And none of it's purple.
So the first time it goes off with the Intemperate Torment, that is when we are effectively picking our debuff, whether we're getting red or blue. So you can see all the top ones pop.
Yeah.
And we get that exact debuff. So now I have the flame debuff. Over here is the blue debuff. But then, as it goes forward, you can see anybody who's in one of the purple ones will live. I'm standing in a double blue. To see.
But you notice me right under you, standing in that double blue?
Yeah.
With you? I'm alive.
Oh shit, you are alive.
No, see, I totally died right there, and if you want to rewind like 2 seconds, because I'm in that corner with the purple on top and the red on the bottom.
This corner here?
No, 2 up.
Oh, up here.
I'm on effectively 2, right? Watch me die.
Yeah, okay. Emery dies in purple. Who's the other person in purple?
Okay, what the hell? Alright, maybe it's not the purple.
Oh, and then they exploded at.
So on my replay, Emery was on 2 for the second crystal. He had a white, he had the frost triangle over his head, and he stood on a purple crystal because that's what was on top, and he died.
Well, yeah, but I thought red was gonna explode. So
Right, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think purple is ever good.
But now that he
kills
did the,
you.
Yeah.
Wait.
now that he did the blast, this is happening.
Yeah. Purple looks pretty dangerous.
Oh wait, it's on.
Because they flare up. They flare up way more.
It's a delay, yeah.
Oh, now again,
That's why I'm thinking he does Warder's Wrath, and that's get to your squares. Bing bang, fuck your life.
And then yeah.
And
these
then
all start
sprint your ass
crack,
to your cubes. Yeah.
And then they explode.
Yeah, I think we have to go back after it.
Yep.
That's toxic. Alright, cool.
And it,
Oh. Okay, so we have to stack, spread, dope.
we also need to create time for the healers to heal us.
Yes. Well, we could try getting a healer in each corner. I'd like try opposing corners.
Random, I think.
That's
Stand
gonna
as
suck too.
close to the edges as you possibly can. Like right in the corners, right
Oh,
along
I
the
see.
middle edge. And as soon as the first blast goes off, you're probably gonna need to reposition anyways. We can pop into the center for a second, get an AoE heal, run back to our markers, rinse and repeat.
Do it.
It looks like it's just gonna be really fast paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Let's run it.
I would love to watch a parsing run of this.
I'm sure in a couple weeks that's gonna happen.
Oh, big time. I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's gonna stress me out just watching it.
If it's Grace, I want to try something for the tank thing.
Soaking it.
Yeah. I think it's clear that the Purg one is definitely bad, but
Purg will not play.
I don't know why they would make a different cast if there's not like a reason.
You know, I agree. I think this one's just normal. So heavy hand, we can just press a button for.
Yeah.
Grace, we're gonna try the stack.
Tackle time.
Immune. Or
Red and blue going out.
Mythically, you'll be going to be. Don't move quite yet, everybody. Wait for this water drop.
Alright, red game. No, no,
Wait,
not.
stage move in.
Yeah. Gotcha,
Okay.
homie. I saw red on me for a second there, freaked me out.
Yeah, so it
you were the
dynamic.
farthest away from a red person.
Left was first, so that's a
In and then out.
come on, Grace. Okay,
Hey.
stack behind bus.
And then he will lead me.
I taunted right as you got knocked back. Maybe I didn't taunt fast enough. Left went down first, but he's facing us, so just be careful. One through.
Stacked up.
Here we.
After we're all healed up, we're ready to move the markers.
Square time.
Yep. This is the caster squares.
We have quite a bit of grace.
I'm curious about his hand. See, I was reaching towards the ground now, so I think he's gonna set off the bottom one first.
Yep. So this will be blue for me.
Big
Nope,
bong.
still
No,
the
it's still
top.
top.
Oh,
Alright,
still top.
no.
Get out of purple. Oh, I did the wrong one.
Nah, I fucked up, but I understand.
I thought he detonated the top one there.
Jerk cat. There you go. Oh,
He does. I did the wrong color. So it's not the same patterns every time. It's sucks.
It looked like spreading initially where it takes a second for the crystals to go off. When the crystals go off is when you need to be in your color, not when he does the initial slap.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I went too fast then. That's my bad.
Is what I had just noticed. I don't know if we all need to be in our markers or if we should be stacking up for that initial slam so that healers can heal quickly before we go back to our colors that we have to be in for the blast. Okay, it's something we'll have to see.
At least we can get to that part a little more reliably now.
Yeah.
Figure out that though. What and why.
Alright, I promise I'll taunt better this time.
Sure.
Yeah.
God, that thing destroys you. Shackle time.
Alright, whirl into B.
B, got it.
Wait, should I be able to go on?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
wait.
I went B. I'm dumb. I got 3 and B confused. Sorry.
Alright, only one died.
I got you.
Right weapon first. So, yeah, left side.
There's no way for that to go up.
Run through. Come on, Grace cast. Okay. Stack behind boss. Honey.
There we go.
Yep.
In and out.
Yep. Okay. So I guess Grace is stack the other. You probably want to on top of the other.
Yeah, we gotta figure out the other one, but we can just immune it for now.
I do get a insane magic take and debuff, so maybe it's also a swap where you try to eat it with the defensive.
It hits me for like 140. Okay.
I'm gonna try it one more time.
Now, is that Grace or is that the other one?
That's the red one. Purgatory or whatever.
Temperance.
I'm gonna get.
Cold.
No, I need to go to blue.
Oh, cast Warder's Wrath.
That should
Yeah.
stay away. I couldn't heal enough.
Okay, yeah, Warder's Wrath is just AoE, so that's just.
Yeah,
it
that's
needs
just
to
right.
be stacked a little bit
Okay.
so that
Why didn't you
healers
feel
have
like
time to
one-shotting?
it's
It goes Warden's Wrath right into the gems.
I think what
So-
happened
It's a big heal
Is-
check, it looks like.
it looks like the crystals are exploding. Right. I don't know. Did we have someone in every single square that time?
For the second blow up, you don't because the purples that is a kill.
The purple is a bad. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's I wonder if the middle is safe and you only need people at A and C, maybe one person at A, one person at C. And then for the third set, everybody. Oh no, but you probably don't. Your debuff doesn't change probably.
from what I had seen, it's just big AoE, and then when the crystals go off, even if you're in the right one, you're still taking about half your life in damage.
Yeah.
So
I can veil there. And then if I get a heal, everybody gets shielded. So
I think
That
we
would be
might just
pretty
need
good.
some damage reductions, some.
yeah, some
I think
cooldowns.
it just looks like it's a big healer check.
Yes.
Honestly.
Okay, I'll veil for that then.
Because that's like 80% of your life into like at least 50% of your life just gone back to back.
Yeah.
It hurts me. Big stress.
So everybody spreading looks like it's the right thing to do.
Who's spreading? Nice.
Circles.
Right, so that has to go to B.
Oh. I need one more chain. Oh, never mind. That was good. That was really good, yeah. Never mind. This chain's goes slipping around and freaks me out.
So if you break a chain, it goes to somebody else.
Yes.
B on his right side.
Okay, this is the bad one that we don't stack for. I'll let you just do your thing.
Killed anyways. Love that. In and out.
I think if I do your thing, you might be immune.
I couldn't press immune. The knockback, I didn't get close enough. I forgot that there's a range to it.
Oh, your immune has a range?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a feels bad, man.
The woes.
Outside of that, it is the best.
Look, it has not been relevant until this exact moment.
Temperance is next, I think. Thong.
You're on the wrong side there, Jerry.
Oh, I am. Would you look at that?
You can get uptime in the corners, yeah, if you're melee.
Yeah.
Now move in to help our healer.
Alright, I'm gonna Veil here. If I get a heal, it'll shield everybody.
And watch your color and go to what's gonna explode. Top explodes.
Shit.
And then we have to be in again. Another water trap. Up the healers, watch your color.
Ah!
We just-
Okay, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, that
just
makes a lot more sense now. Got it.
Alright,
Yeah.
so we go to our corners, in, out, basically.
Yes.
It looks like we've had poison in the same spots every pull.
Yeah, and crystals, the top one, it's cracking for a little while, so you have a while to see where it is that you're gonna have to go after the Warder's Wrath.
Gotta keep remembering it explodes from the top because I'm so used to normal where it explodes from the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. And we don't have to spread after that initial time.
Don't let that poison touch you, by the way. Like, purple's gonna kill you if you can't immune it.
Purple is dead.
We're doing it. Hey, let's clear it this time. Easy.
Boss is dead.
Everyone focusing on mechanics, so in a rage at like 25%, right?
What do you mean?
At least
Heal.
I'm putting a lot of focus on mechanics.
Oh.
Mythical you'll be going to be.
Someone will have to take my spot over at 3. I've got the blue chain.
Be on the left.
Are you cool if I try this quick, man?
Yeah, you do you,
Can you
man.
take it for a sec?
Oh, that's on.
Back.
Oh, rip
That is probably a swap. That one.
Yes, I know.
That's the one we determined.
Yeah. Grace
I need
is,
to, I want to see the other one get swapped and then taken out by the tank without the debuff.
Flip. Stay stacked up. Hit the marker. Move it. Go it.
Oh, at the bottom this time.
Move it. You're going.
Shit. Wait.
It isn't always going to be top or bottom. You just have to pay attention
Yeah.
to what's happening.
Well, yeah, but there should have only been one color there.
Yeah.
No, I figured out why I died as I died.
I think like people were, yeah, there was only one color, but we only had one healer for the second Warder's Wrath. So
Oh, so
most of
just-
us were at like 20k. But
Yeah.
so like what we did was right. It's just for Just so everybody notices. It just swaps each time.
I do think that the colors are spawning in the exact same order around the map, by the way.
Probably.
I've noticed that C always has triple blue, so I'm betting
No, it
that...
doesn't.
Really?
Yep, I guarantee it.
It's had red a couple of times. And A has changed a couple of times too.
Yeah. Now, granted, I've always seen the same combination for the triple blue or the when it doesn't have it, but so you want me to taunt and be far away for the bad one, right?
Yeah, so basically where I'm standing, I'll get knocked back, and you'll just take the,
Okay.
Iris, go to B.
you'll take the non-soak.
Ooh. Thanks. Why did I die there?
You definitely
I
have
didn't
both
get one,
shackles.
so I
which is
wasn't
cool.
close enough.
In Venom.
Out, yeah, and then out.
I am going to be in for a little bit.
Yeah, this is the bad one.
Yep. Trying it. He has it. He eats it. I died, but I didn't have enough health, I think.
Let's see what it hit.
Because this
before.
time it didn't kill the raid. We'll just immune it.
I think
And
that one.
pray that we can know that you'll need to take one with an immune.
I think. I couldn't catch the damage that it did. Did you? If we can see the damage that it did to me, I don't think my 20% got off in time. It might be survivable with cooldowns.
A tank needs to taunt. As soon as this goes off, move in.
Alright, Divine Veil's up if you heal me.
Watch it exploding after this.
Then
Reprisal. Okay, it's we don't have anybody for this. Yeah.
I'll try to soak it with you.
Now I want to know why that killed if the second one did. Where'd I get hit?
So we're still buff swapping. It looks like just the Shaken Crystal B in.
do we need someone on each square that doesn't have a purple?
Yes.
Because that's kind of what I saw. Because we had like half the raid on one square and half the raid on another. It looked like almost.
So I don't know if it's for the one where C is triple blue, and I'm at 1. I'm going from 1 to C and then back to 1 every time. Like it's just always lined up that way whenever the C is triple blue. So I don't know if we can go back to our original ones when it's triple blue or not, like for everybody, but I am able to do that.
We should have enough time that we can see, but yeah, it does in fact look like if purple's not exploding, we need to have everybody on something that isn't purple. Yeah, that makes sense. So on that last explosion, regardless, we're gonna need everybody on one tile again. And I think we just have to adapt, unless we can find a very clear pattern this next time.
The
And if
middle,
you-
the
so
middle is safe, right?
The middle is safe as while the crystals aren't exploding. Yes.
So for the purple one, we only need, yeah, I don't think we need everybody soaking for the purple, for the second break, right? We can just have 2 people, probably the tanks, if our colors line up.
No, you have to be on your opposite color. Your, like the middle is. So if you have red, you have to be on blue when it explodes. If you're not, you die.
So I've been in the middle, as one's exploding, as being blue, and not dying.
You're tank.
I'm not taking damage.
Not taking damage.
Not taking damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to.
I think because we need. It looks like we need one person in each. As long as it gets covered, it gets covered. And it looks like it's the same ones because poison's always the same 1 and 2. Like the second set is always that poisonous crystal in the same spots.
Yeah.
So we just need to make sure people cover the other corners, which is looks like it's always north and south so far that needs to be covered.
Okay. I'd say just.
I can try and hop between north and south as tank because I'm going to be taking A anyway, and I'll need to be in a color.
So for me, I've been going. So when I'm in 1, and it's triple blue on C, mine has been every time. Mine has been red, purple, red. So when I soak the first one, which is red, I go down to the blue. I can come down to C, and I can break this one for the middle one because my middle one is a purple, so I don't want to be in that, right? And then when I soak the middle, which is blue, it turns my debuff into red, and my final one has always been red. So I can do 1 in C. Like I can do 1 first, C second, 1 third, like every single time when it's triple blue on the bottom.
So when you're in the middle, you're still getting a color after the second pop, though.
That I haven't changed. I haven't seen if my color's swapped, but I'm not getting. You can stack the debuff up. I'm not getting a new debuff, and I'm not getting another stack.
So your color just doesn't change.
It just doesn't change.
Oh, I think
That's important then.
Iris says their color says the same.
that is important because it always starts in a way so that at the end there's 4 and 4 from what I have seen. So if we happen to have like 5 and 3, that's so like.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd say go to colors
Okay.
regardless.
Well, it's. I don't
just
know. You may not be able to have too many on the color.
I haven't seen that as an issue at all yet.
Let's try and get a. On this next poll, can we get a picture of the colors and try and like determine like if people were to bounce around, if 4 people
I could.
bounce between
I have
like,
enough.
6 squares?
I have enough video to where I could probably make the layout if we really wanted that.
I want to keep digging our teeth into this though. Ready?
It really looks like we just need one person on each thing that doesn't have purple, but taking a color changes your color. So we should
I am
take
just
the
going
purple
to
one.
immune the
There's
stupid one.
there's got to be like a method of not swapping your color. It's probably, I don't know.
There probably is a way, but it's probably intent to swap your color. That's the science fact about that.
Heal crits.
Whirlin, go to B.
Vanish, you gotta get away.
Go for that.
Out. Yep.
Alright. Brain.
All right. This is the bad one. I'm gonna. What? Survived it.
Very similar.
I still had to use the thing. I might need to be topped up or.
I even shielded you that time.
I'm on
It didn't do a lethal amount of damage to me, but it did a lethal amount of damage at my current health.
in.
I gotta see.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot.
Make sure that everything is covered.
Yeah, we have to control the color change. We had way too many oranges there, I think. Let me look at the VOD real quick. We had 1, 2,
Final pop is 2 and 6.
3, 4, 5. Oh, we didn't have enough oranges.
We were one short. Like we had a dead guy.
Yeah, that was on me. I double iced. I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't have one to go to.
Can you stream your VOD? I want to see what you're seeing.
Yeah. We let's see here. Share screen. Oops. So we only had 4 fires, I think, on the last 1, 2, 3, 4. And only 1 person dead. We needed, I think, 6.
Yeah, it looks like 4 fire, 4 ice. I don't know what you matter. Wait, that's fire, fire, fire.
We have 2, so there's.
That is 6 fire, 2 ice.
It's 6 fire, and we only had 4. We have to control the switch. Even with 1 person dead, if that would have only made 5.
Can you go back to the beginning of this phase?
Yeah.
I think I want to see.
So this is the double ice fire for C. So for C is always either double ice fire or triple ice. That's one thing I've noticed in our polls, because I run to C a lot. So yeah, we have to control the changes. We have to have some people in that change.
Checking these. Blue goes off.
Because everybody's in their assigned spot, and we get our alternate colors, and then we have.
Okay, so there's the people in the ones with purple have to be controlling.
Well, there's 6 purple. I think we only need to control.
Because some of them were like orange, purple, orange, and some were orange, purple, blue. Or some were blue, purple, blue as well. It looks like we can make it so everybody goes back to their own marker right at the end.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
And it's just those 2 in the middle are where you're going to be doing your color swaps in the second. So you need to think about what are you blowing up on your own one at the end. Your marker. And do I need to swap my color for when my own marker is going off at the end?
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
That's just personal responsibility.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if you have orange, purple, orange, you're going to get orange, then you need to go stand on blue. So when blue goes off, you get blue, so when you go back to yours for orange, it'll go off, and if you had like blue, purple, orange, let's say,
Don't switch.
and the blue went off, now you have blue, then stand in the middle so that you still have blue for when your orange goes off.
Yep.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, if we have purple on our square, we do not change for the second change.
Not
Maybe.
true. You need to know what your final one is, and then know if you need to change at either A or C. And from what I can tell, I think A and C are always opposites at the beginning.
I think so. I think I've seen
No, not true. On the last one, the bottom, did the bottom or top break? The bottom broke. Okay, so. Oh.
It's like it's always been either orange, orange, blue, 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 orange, or blue, 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 orange, orange, orange for those ones. That has looked consistent. Because there's no purple.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're on the sidelines, memorize what your color's final tile is, and then be the opposite of that, and then just get back to where you started.
So in this instance,
Like that.
let's get back to that.
It's a
point.
cool mechanic. I like that mechanic a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It's creative, that's for sure.
Let's get back to that point in this pull,
Well,
and we'll have to.
at least we know we don't have to do immunities for the tank thing now. We figured that out too.
Jerry needs to be healed like a lot because he has a huge
Yes.
damage vulnerability on him, but he still gets hit by that mechanic even if you don't swap.
He shouldn't get hit by the AoE unless he's near me.
Maybe it is super proxy based. Like, what if I just stay as far into the corner? as
I wouldn't charge
can?
back. Yeah, I would just accept the knockback and then see what happens.
Yo, tomahawk him to death.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him 100 potency like it's my job.
So Iris will be going for red. Or to B, I mean.
Red wide. Fuck.
Right side first. So on the left. Sorry.
I'm waiting for like farther in the fight. It'll be one anchor and then like one chakra.
Alright, it's Grace stacked behind the boss.
And then out. Out. They stacked up for healers. Markers.
Alright, so I'm different, so I don't change.
So I gotta be blue. And then we just
Okay, so D and what's the other side of D? Is that B? We don't change. We stay in the middle.
Swap. Yeah, swap if you need to swap. Move back in. Move to your markers.
Mind him.
Big.
I fucked it up.
Oh,
let's go.
Regression.
There.
Oh, purge. I'm gonna stay far away.
I'm dead, so I'm not gonna get the taunt up.
Goodbye.
I miss you.
Can he talk now?
Yeah, I got it. I got an immune up though, but I'll need a heal. Shining cells. This is
what
new.
I wanted to see.
Oh, this is the this is the
Oh, just show.
this shit, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's the same. And now
So
start spitting.
get an orange.
Oh shit.
Oh, weapons, weapons, weapons.
Oh.
I'm gonna say that. No, that's. Oh.
That's far orange, far orange. Oh wait, he dropped that one first. My bad. Okay, I get it now. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Called it. I definitely called it.
Far orange.
So it was. I didn't see him drop the left weapon first, so I was just a bad call.
And
Oh, I get to see it.
that's stuff again.
So this is. Oh,
Inside.
here it is.
You're right there, yeah. Right there. You're safe there, yeah.
Be on the right and then stay in and be
You're
on.
running green to green.
Right here.
No, the other one's an outside.
Oh, I see.
He did use two different weapons there.
Yep.
That's
new weapons.
cool as shit.
New weapons. I think is how this mechanic got better. I like it. I want to see more. Oh, purple chains. Tankbuster and purple chains. He's got
Nice
this.
knowing you, buddy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
You
what that's about.
detonated the blue. I saw that.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so somebody's going to get marked with that, and they're going to detonate that color when it goes off. Hey, we got to see a lot. We have to restart the instance.
Yep.
Good. We have 57 seconds.
Good thing
Yeah, I
I
just
lagged
wasn't
out
aware
after I died.
I wasn't aware if Shackles was going to go on everybody or just one person. But I think it's just going to go on one person, and they're just going to...
That's a cool fight. I like that a lot.
Right.
No, I'm
There's
now
some
actually
hard-hitting, aggressive boss swapping.
definitely excited for the next ones too.
Just gonna mend real quick.
Harry Cat is logged out.
Yeah, you know
Jerry.
that's not how you leave the instance, and I
Alt
pushed the
F4.
button and then I looked away.
So, I will say the second boss, I have seen quite a bit on. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. But yeah, that is.
You guys want to take a 5-minute break? I'm in queue for 300.
Okay.
This is a good break time anyway.
That works.
I'll say this: I did the second boss on normal at least 11 times yesterday, trying to farm out a chest token, and I wanted to off myself.
What's wrong
The
with
second
BK
and third
Poké?
bosses, I am not going to be excited for Savage. For
I
fucking
was
sure.
gonna say for this boss, if we didn't make any really good progression on day 1, I was gonna say that we should look stuff up for day 2. For every other boss, I'd say if in a week we have no luck at all, or if we're just bashing our head into one mechanic over and over again, then just look up the fight and find it out for the next time, is my opinion.
So far, though, this blind run has been pretty successful.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a lot of the mechanics repeating just in different ways, so as long as that continues.
Unless it looks like unless we're getting a 4th phase, which I don't know if we'll get a 4th phase, it looks like it's just gonna rotate through those 3 like it does on the normal version.
The normal mode.
I doubt we'll see a 4th phase for our first boss.
I mean, well, we've resolved phases 1 and 2, so if we just have to do that again, like, we've already got this figured out. I will say that we can play pretty greedy with movement and get into your positions when we are doing the far short, so nobody panic runs at the last second.
Yeah, I had noticed that too. Is I didn't realize that the red chains were also dynamic.
Yeah, I was gonna say the second you tell, I heard you
what?
call out somebody go. I think our marker is B. I just immediately start moving to the left and hard casting Ifrit, because I wouldn't move anymore. I was just playing.
Yeah, so because they're dynamic, like if I say who's going to be going to be, you don't have to go there until you see the chain on yourself. And like the ranged don't need to move out until that person's actually moving to be.
I will say, from what I've been seeing in purple chains on that bit, we are getting by through pure luck and scuff. I think purple needs to figure out our positioning a little better about how we're gonna stand.
I find when
If we're too close to red, red needs to be far away from us. If we're too close to red, red's gonna get targeted by both, or we're gonna be switching chains around that don't want to be.
I find it works better. So when I had the purple chain, I just ran basically into the boss's booty hole, and that seemed to work a little cleaner.
That's actually what I was about to recommend. Is if you have blue or purple, like you just run right underneath the boss, because there's no way it would be impossible for him to target anybody.
Actually, it's a violet.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we determine we control that, right? The blue always targets the 3 closest or whatever. So all we have to do is, as soon as we know who red is, we just send people to positions.
Yep.
Oh.
Like,
What happened?
I think Discord crashed or something. That was
My
weird.
queue's not moving, by the way. This is a bad.
It's okay. Looks like some of us having Discord issues, anyways.
Some. One. You.
Yeah.
Oh, it went down.
Bing bong.
A tank just really doesn't want to raid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is. I was like, as soon as I logged in, I was like, I'm done. I'm burnt out.
He wanted to play the initial Savage of this expansion.
I got my screenshot. That's all I wanted.
My screenshot got the boss to 68%.
Oh, there's a little leaf next to my freaking name.
Oh yeah. No, but you have to get a kill.
Savage rating and Endwalker is a sprout.
Fight me.
Actually,
I'll have you know, I am 10% of the way through Heaven's Word right now.
how's that
Oh.
possible?
But from what
3D
I've
plus
seen,
3+3.
while you guys were doing the swap on the holy, which makes perfect sense because then we can save resources, I do still believe we should just straight up immune the other one. Like, person who gets it, just take it, immune it.
I don't think it's gonna do the same one back to back.
It's
I think we'll have a window.
it's so long. You had like 5 minutes until there was going to be another thing that looked like it would one-shot you, because you had.
Are you
full
talking
neck-
about? You're talking about the
The tank debuff.
Yeah, I survived it with 35% damage reduction because I used Holy Sheltron and Rampart, and I survived it with half health easily.
And
For-
we haven't gotten to test if
Eh.
I can be far enough away from it yet.
You can if you want.
I bet you it's like because you're tanking them in like a corner aspect to get knocked back, right?
Yeah.
I bet you I just have to be in the other corner, if you know what I mean, like the corner of the boss's hitbox. Like if you're at 10 o'clock, I need to be at 2 o'clock.
Would you
Because
wanna try
I've
it?
been going straight to 12 o'clock, and it's probably too close to you. Because I'm just used to like, let's just tank the boss like straight, right? But it's probably I probably need to tank them at an angle so that you don't get so you're not even remotely close.
I don't know how much room I have to work with on that knockback, with it being straight back.
Let me.
I don't know.
You,
Don't wanna
you,
risk
you
it.
can't go straight back. You definitely have to do an angle.
It
I died
looked like you're
getting
going
knocked straight back.
pretty close to the corner.
Let me find a VOD where he did the which plot first. One second. Here it is. Perk. I taunted. 45%. Oh. Actually, yeah, you survived it.
The home gang.
Home gang. Anytime I've survived it has been with home gang.
Okay.
I have a dumb question. Don't tanks have some ability that like prevents knockbacks? Like you can.
It
kinda
does
use
not work against that.
Oh, not against the Kamehameha beam.
Yeah, our incredibly niche utility ability that works only occasionally.
Yeah, I think I just dicked you over on that when I did the taunt swap because I was behind the boss, so I went around to the same side that you were on, and then I got hit by the thing. I think that's why. So yeah, I think if I just tank it at the opposite corner, I don't even think it'll be an issue.
We're rolling about 110 more people deciding they want to go to bed.
If you
I'm
wanna
so
do it
sorry,
for-
guys.
At least we got to have a discussion.
Actually, I'm gonna figure out the patterns since we're waiting for him to log in for the gyms.
I feel like there's only 2 patterns. That
There
I
is.
noticed.
I get the
I-
feeling that the east-west are the ones that don't change.
So yeah, because I can tell you, like I said, for the triple ice one on C, with me being at 1, I always go 1C1, like every time.
So I bet you can use the north and south ones to manually change your color if you need to, and if not, you just jerk off in the middle.
yeah, that's what you do.
And then it's just personal responsibility. Remember what color was your platform, the platform that you came off of last Hoot Majoop, and get back there with the correct color.
But what Gibble was saying, mine has changed. I've seen it in multiple orientations, and I'm in a corner.
Oh.
So, like, I think you just have to just think dynamically.
I haven't seen him start. Like, we see him move his hand around. I haven't seen him do anything but his hand down low to start yet.
Yeah, I
But
haven't.
I think it
noticed.
may swap and
Maybe
just be ready for that.
It could be a different name cast-wise.
Come
But-
on.
But I think we understand that people just need, like, each person just has to know one thing there. They just have to know what is my final color, what is my current, do I have to change? And we should be fine.
I don't know, man. I just work here.
Okay. He's logged in.
He's returned.
Hell yeah, Return of the King, baby.
Terrible movie.
Hey, it's a great movie.
If you like bad movies, it is
Just because it's
fantastic.
40 hours long doesn't mean it's bad.
I'm adding an amendment to the rules. We're not gonna diss the walking movies.
And then don't talk about them if you don't want them dissed.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Blue's Clues the movie or Return of the King? What's better? Let's hear it.
Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Ha- hands
Story
down.
is way more in depth. The writing is just better in every way. The amount of walking. Yes, I did. The amount of walking in Blue's Clues is just the right amount. They only walk when it makes sense, and not when it's this ridiculous trek. Anyway.
Alright. Alright. Clifford or Blue's Clues?
I was
What?
gonna
Clifford.
say-
Nope.
I
It
was
has.
gonna say, to quote Clerks 2, there is only one return, and it's not of the king, it's of the Jedi.
I'm still waiting for the return of Clifford.
You right?
Give me that movie. I'm going to assume since everybody joined, I don't need to do a ready check.
Oh, I'm not ready.
It sucks to be you.
Oh, I'm not even here.
BRB, Grandma's on fire.
Ah, shit. Sorry, Grandma. Time to burn.
F's.
Big up for Grandma in the chat, lads.
Bye, Grandma. Mythical will be going to be. We do have quite a bit of time.
Yeah, but if I just don't want to get blue.
It's both types of chains are dynamic. Will be on the left. Sure.
Stack on boss.
Outstanding. Stuck up again. The markers.
I want to see if D and B are switched. Yeah, they are. Cool. That's easy.
watch what you need to get. Then
Fine, Bill.
go if you have to. Move in again. Go back to your markers. Nice.
Lean. Bunch of gamers in the chat.
The real encounter.
Go corner, go corner.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't take any damage from that. So if you go opposing corner from the other tank, you don't take damage.
Yep.
Else.
Cell time. Shield.
I didn't need
Left side blue.
this other one here.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my corner. You getting yours?
Be on the opposite corner.
Oh, this arena's tinier. I gotta be a little closer.
Got you. Okay, soldier.
So right side and out beyond blue. Oh, you know. Okay. They're just two separate hits. So somebody's going to get shackles.
It's me.
I'm hardcasting a res.
So we want to be red?
Yeah. You have to call, I guess, where you're going. Or,
Oopsie.
We
I
want to be
see.
opposite of the chain person's color.
okay. I guess during that, I'll just have to see who gets shackles and see the thing, and I guess I'm just going to call where they go, and everybody else go to the opposite of where they go.
Okay, so if you have shackles, you're gonna say go blue, we all go red, or vice versa.
Yes.
Okay, then. My bad. I didn't understand that one.
There is just chat happening, and it's hard to talk over sometimes. Froggy. I wasn't even watching for Reddit. That's
Grace, stack line boss.
right. Sure.
size of this one?
Back to your markers. Yep.
God, we're good at this game.
Corners.
We want to be.
Excellent. Sure.
Bells. That hits.
This is a little scary.
In. And then red. So we're everyone else is stacking here. Good. You guys are gonna get hit. Left side and blue and out. Where we're all stacking here. So whoever gets marked is going to go to blue, everyone else stay on red.
I didn't even notice it was on me, and I'm sorry.
That was the big leap.
Yeah, alright. Cannot have the fall.
That's just me being.
I honestly
What's
think
next?
we need to use the yardstick.
4 full shackles.
Shake It Off is up for how I've been using it.
Oh, like he just got 8 stacks of shackles.
Luck?
I'll take care of this, boys.
I'll miss
Unity,
you.
go!
Oh,
I
no.
believe. Oh,
Hollow ground, man. Actually OP.
Oh, these are a little bit different. Can you move?
big
Were you
bomb.
able to move your character there?
Yeah. I wanted to. I think.
Okay, so that one has a second timer on it that was saying that they're fully bound. So it doesn't look like you have less time on that side. It's not dynamic the entire time. You're fully bound after 4 seconds after it goes off initially.
Good to know. Good
But
to
it-
know.
It looked like we've been fast enough most of the time.
Oh, it's hard to tell. He was the only one alive. So.
I hadn't seen that buff yet though. Could have been there the whole time. Barry's gonna be going to B. Madness has to move out. Orlin, over here.
Oh shit. You good?
Okay. Oh, that hit. stack up.
Race stack.
Oh,
I taunted before you even got knocked back and still put it on you.
Be on the right side on red stay in. This cell is I think safe, but I can get it back. Sure how far the arc was. Mary?
I just got the raise.
Oh,
Well, I'm dead here then.
still have the con.
God. Yeah, so castles.
So left side be out on red. I think we have to be on this one.
I got it.
So shackle of time.
It's on me.
Go to blue. And use the arts.
I'm gonna wings. Oh, much better.
Very good.
It looks like this chain was exactly the same as last time, just faster.
We're told shackles, that's new.
I'm on red.
Oh! Okay. I get it. I get it.
Oh, okay. You have to do one and then the other, it looks like. Okay.
So,
We got
That's
different.
weird.
The debuff is switching
Everybody.
between people.
everybody gets marked on that one. I can't really call who goes where. It's just if you have red, you're gonna be running out. If you have blue, you have to be in.
Well, then let's predetermine here. Let's maybe let's assign for this phase where people are gonna stand.
I don't know if that would help.
Mm. Like, I mean, assign where people are gonna stand when the debuffs go out.
Where
Because we
people-
all got debuffed, and I'm guessing we each had a different timer.
I think it just alternates 3 or 4 times. Yeah, 4 times in a row.
4 times in a row, just count down the duration.
Because I had none, and then I had red, and then I had none, and then I had red. Or something like that. Which means if you have none, you should be going to blue.
Saw that everybody. I think maybe having the mechanic was okay. This first one just seems really simple. Not 100% sure Like for anybody else who saw it, if they could explain it a little bit better, would be great.
Like the
Oh.
chain thing?
Yeah, like what was actually fully happening there.
It
I-
looked like we all got debuffed, and I'm gonna guess when we get to that point again, check our timers. If
No.
they're different timers, we can try to plan that out.
So we, from what I'm seeing on the replay, I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the yeah. Okay, so we have to control the blue and the red there, because I had blue and red and I died on the first blow up. But I'm seeing Jerry go off on red twice before he dies.
When
So-
I died, I got double targeted.
No, you didn't get double targeted. You just
I had
Well-
a purple on me and a red at the same time, and that was what the death came from. I
yeah.
think.
Well, you had red. Let me make sure. Yeah, you had red. Red with. Okay, yeah. Here, let me show this to you guys because I think this will.
Yeah.
I think this might make it. This? Okay. So watch just Jerry here for the red. Let me get it into this one. I don't think we've had a blow up yet, right? Okay. So watch Jerry up here. He blows up. He blows up again.
I'm still one of the farthest people away.
Hang on. He broke his chain. He blows up again. So
He's just dead. Dead.
I think it's just the same shit. I just think it's multiple hits.
Can you go back to the start of that? Thanks. And then just pause it right at the beginning. So, yeah, what I'm seeing,
4 blues, 3 reds. Three
4
blues.
blues. Go back a little bit. Tiny bit. Yeah, right there. 4 blues, 4 reds.
Yeah.
I guess we can make out. We could try to set it up to where people with red would go outside.
Yeah.
People with blue would
I
go
would
inside.
assume, yeah, I was gonna say, I would assume the colors mean the same thing. Is that like we're spreading out with red in the first part of the fight, and then we kind of have blue kind of grouped in. I think we just do the same thing.
This just looks like it's a little bit more on the fly with positioning.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just if you have red. And I had noticed, yeah, this after time was, it was then targeting people near you and then locking in the positions. Just keep inching forward. In the VOD.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had a red guy in.
The last two at the bottom there, Garchomp and Emery, they're
I was in.
So
cha-
Emery's the source right
the
now.
debuff changes.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we're gonna be emanating the debuff to other people right now is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And after Emery goes off, someone else should go red.
This
now
debuff just
Gibble's
changed. Look at my debuff. My debuff changes.
Yeah, I think you become the progenitor.
So it looks like the blue and red are. Yeah, no, it's.
Oh wait.
Yeah, people. You're chained to 3 people, so you were the progenitor for blue, and you were the farthest away from Emery here.
Yep, so. People. It's would just be too hard to assign markers, per se. It's just if you get red, start running out to the corners, just make sure you're not running into the same corner as somebody else. I guess it doesn't matter if you're on, like. Actually, we probably do need, yeah, to go to the 4 corners. Because then the reds are going to mark the other people and lock them in, and then it looked like it was going down to 3 debuffs, 2 debuff, 1 debuff.
Okay.
Is there a way to see? Kind of curious if you can control who gets what debuff at the start of this phase.
I doubt
I
it.
highly doubt
Quite
that.
random like it is in the first phase.
Yeah.
I wish I would have highlighted over this.
Well, hold on.
I didn't highlight over this buffer.
It's just I only say that because it looked like the 2 melee guys got the blue one, and I can't remember if the range guys got red or blue or not.
I'm going to assume it's random.
Never mind. Yeah, disagreed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Iris, is that it's just like the first phase but a little bit longer. And that as long as it's corners and center, it'll always just pick corners and center.
So
Yeah.
you're saying reds go to the inner cardinals and then blues stay cardinals on the inside?
I think
Yeah.
red should go to corners and
Yeah.
blue should be north, south, east, west.
Yeah, so red is basically going to 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the markers.
Yeah.
Blue is going to stay in though, because if we get too close to the reds, we're going to trade the blue. We don't want to do that. We want to keep trading the blue to each other, I'm assuming.
Yes. If you... Yeah, blue has to be traded to each other. You just stand there. Red... Because it only looked like your debuffs were swapping because that's what you were getting marked with on the previous one.
Yeah, I was marked with red. I went straight to the corner and did not move and was perfectly fine. Yeah, I got hit by 1.
So we need to, I mean, we have it here, but I think we need to shield up pretty good.
Oh, that's great.
Let me see. So we're shielded. We get the first blow up here. I want to see how much health people lose.
It didn't... I guess we...
Jerry took no damage.
It
like,
doesn't
look-
look like we take very much damage if you're...
I
if
think
you
Jerry-
correctly.
For the first 2 rotations at mechanic, I think he did it right the first 2 times, and that's why he took basically nothing.
We gotta
Yeah.
notice when we do it right now, like, we take like 10% of our life. Like nothing. It's just
If
that
that.
it applies a magic vulnerability to you if you get hit by other people's as well. Or if you get hit by multiples. It
Yeah.
applies
Yeah,
magic
Jared,
vul-
I'll...
Because there's another blow up. Gibble's still alive. Jerry's still alive.
And
Like,
then I take double there. I have red and the blue.
yeah. Which, I mean, I think that's mostly because people are
There's
dead.
only 4 left. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't. I don't think healing's going to be that big of an issue as long
No.
as we don't stack the colors.
No, it's here.
There is an alternate way, like if people get varying their color changes halfway through, is we have a loose stack on the boss is like ass, and then we make a small square around it, so we're always the furthest away from each other. And that way it goes like in, out, depending on who's got red and who doesn't.
Well, I don't think the colors are going to change as long as we stay where we're at.
Yeah, no, see what? If you watch my stream, so it looks like... Sorry, I know it's low quality. But even though, who was that,
You're dead.
Iris? Even though Iris is dead, she's still the originator, and it's still looking to pick people. Whoever's closest.
It's the 3 closest, yeah.
But,
So
I
as
mean,
long as nobody dies, we're fine.
yeah, so you see, as soon as Jerry went out of range, it selected me. And then this is when I die because I take 2. But
Yeah,
again,
the
if
magic
you're taking just 1, it deals no damage. Like,
Yeah. And don't forget, if you're red and you get a blue chain, you can range it and break the chain and make it go back alongside somebody else. But
yeah,
if we just do it right, that won't ever be a problem.
exactly.
Yeah. Move quickly. It
Hit the
just
wrong
looks
button.
like we dive them first.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
refuse them. I only kick gum.
Oh, fair enough. You said that with a G, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe. Use your imagination. Emery will be going to be.
She stay close up first to that. I didn't get any tracks that time.
I
Yeah, so blue guys, let's try and just do what we were gonna do in the next phase, this phase.
Mythical had to move out. He had red end.
He did have.
no, I have blue.
You had red end
So, real quick, who are the
because
three?
you were.
Or who are the
I-
two that are dealing with red? Because every time,
Range.
yeah, every time the chain pops up, I go straight to 3 unless I have the actual debuff. But then I'll try and call out and say I need someone to take over in 3. So I think
The ranged and healers, they just kind of have to look. Like, if there's somebody standing inside who still has a red chain, or if you're looking when people are spreading and there's nobody on 1, there's somebody on 3 and D, and you're a ranged or a healer, you should be going to 1.
Yeah.
We can't really assign people here just because of who gets blue and who gets red changes constantly.
yeah.
And if it just so happens that a ranged gets blue and a ranged gets red, if somebody notices they have red on them, they just need to run out.
Yeah, so I was blue until the last second, and then it flipped to red, and then it blew up. Because there was nobody behind me in the red spot, so I was the furthest away from the originator. So I got red, even though I was the originator blue.
Yes.
So hang on, before we pull. So I'm seeing reds go into B, and I'm seeing reds go into 1. Are we going cardinal or inner cardinal?
Neither. So yeah, don't pull here. We're sending the person who gets marked with red to B.
Right.
The people who want to get red are going to 3D1. It's just less movement than doing corners, and it's worked for us every time except that one time, since we got it down.
Okay. Well, yeah, because only one person went that side, and I was the blue originator.
I was on 1. One was.
Were you on 4? Wait,
No, I was on 1. I went to 1 every single time actually. I must
Yeah.
have been blue or red originator.
okay.
Just has to watch. If there's 5 people standing in center, there really shouldn't be. And
And red going to B.
yeah, this Nichols.
Oh shit, am I?
Yeah, you were blue.
Okay, you're the only one that died.
Not good job.
It'll be in then out.
I did not see it on my debuffs. My bad.
Out.
stack. Hey, it swapped that time.
Good one. Right side. Left. Through. Markers. Move in. Check to see if you have to swap.
How did I die in the middle?
No one soaked C.
It didn't
Okay.
look like anybody tried to swap there, and some people do have to.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds. We're back.
So what I noticed here is this is the first time where I didn't have to swap. However, I could swap at C from A. So I think if that's the pattern, since it's the same pattern every time, I'll just go ACA. In that situation.
Alright, sorry about that. Back.
Wait, so because that was the double blue on C, right?
I believe so, because I needed to be blue, orange. I didn't need to swap because I was already orange. I think. I didn't need to swap because I was going to be the color I needed to be. And so I didn't move.
That one seemed really unique.
Yeah, I definitely needed to switch, but my brain was on autopilot for that rotation, for that segment. Because mine was like, it was red, purple, red. It's normally red, purple, blue.
Yeah, it varies. It looks like we got the same pattern a few times, so everybody was comfortable with that one pattern.
Yeah.
I think we have to see if we get it again, but yeah, people have to.
So you had blue, orange, right? Right?
Yeah. So I went orange, and I needed to be blue, so I didn't soak one of the blues and swap.
Okay.
Because my last one was one that I knew everyone needed to soak, so I was holding my
Yeah.
buff for the last one.
Right.
It's where
Okay.
there's a lot of different patterns. I guess the tanks can always solve that one. Or I guess Tank and Iris can always solve that one. More so what I mean. But because it has variable positions, like could be blue, blue, red, red, blue, blue, red, red, blue, 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 so on, and can also go off from the top and bottom, I think it's just too much variation to plan for every single one. It's just somebody has to be swapping though, no matter what. Mythical
blue?
will be in, Give will go to B.
Great
Great.
stack.
Move with everyone else. Move through. Markers. Move in. Check to see if you have the swap. Okay.
I think we just had somebody dead there, right?
I don't know what killed me.
I think it was. Somebody needs to be on A and C every single time.
Yeah, that's true. If there is the possibility of it being soaked and it's not a purple, you'd have to soak it.
Yeah. So somebody wasn't on A. I liked this mechanic. No, I don't, because it changes. It changes every single time as to where you might end up having to go, and you can't really set a position. Like, I can't just say I'll swap on A if I have to swap, because I might have to swap on C if I have to swap. Iris on B, Jerry will be in. Right.
Great stack.
And then out.
Never reprise of this one.
Go to markers. swap if you need to. Someone needs to swap on. Got markers.
So, right, because we didn't answer somebody did.
Personally, I don't know how to make that consistent.
I don't think you can, honestly.
I think there is some, just like raid watching responsibility.
Because I guess it depends on what A and C spawn on.
Was that? I didn't notice. That wasn't the 3 blue for C, was it? That was.
Well, there were double blue on C, so if you had red and you need to swap, you had to go to C. Whereas,
Yeah, that wasn't the double. That was the double blue, not the triple blue, right?
well, yeah, because
So-
the fire already popped off it.
I can just take a damage down there if nobody has to swap.
We can mitigate a same color soak, I believe. It doesn't kill, but
It
Doesn't
show
feel
the
good.
damage.
Yeah, I won't die. So if nobody needs to swap on the double blue C, I can just go take a damage down there.
I think it's A we're missing more often than not.
I believe I made a mistake that pull after looking back. So I would just want to.
Because I can
Even mess that
survive.
one up
I
again.
can survive a same color soak. I've messed up before and survived it. So I'm just throwing it out there that if we're finding that particular pattern for the double blue that there's always one where somebody doesn't soak it. I can just mitigate soak and survive and take the damage down. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I guess just watch it, and if you don't need to swap on A, or C, I guess. Like if you notice nobody's going to one for tanks, and it's the same color as what you have, just go mitigate it. If nobody went to it, I think is the only way we can add any sort of consistency to this mechanic.
Is the up and down cracks consistent with the double blue or triple blue dependent?
It's,
Like, does he always crack down if it's double blue and crack up if it's triple, or vice versa, or something like that?
I haven't noticed if there is any.
Purity shield.
Hey, red.
Emery
has
will stay in.
close. We need to send another bar.
Got it.
Out then in. In. Radiation. On the opposite corner.
I will be soaking or changing its C down the second one.
I'm in the middle.
You were on the line when it popped off.
Can't get the mine. No, anyway.
You're alive. Heal up.
I'm gonna freeze this.
Nice. Alright.
Other big damage coming.
I got reprisal.
With some big shield.
I'm rolling here.
Be on the right side and out on blue.
Corner.
Oh
Can't
shit,
be
I
that.
wasn't paying attention.
Left side and in on red. Hit it. Oh, that's good. Mark. Whoever gets time, go to blue. Everyone else be on red. I got it. Group up, use DR.
I got Dale here.
If you get red, go to corners. If you're blue, stay in.
Staying in, blue.
I'm red also.
In a situation where a tank gets that, can I have like one or two?
Yes.
We can pawn swap there too.
It's just more of people had already run up to 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 are what I'm closest to.
Oh yeah, you mean okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I was a little worried there.
Like if I'm blue, I'm gonna be obviously putting it where the boss is.
Right.
And if it's red, I'm gonna want to put it close to where I'm at too. And I guess if you're red, you could be the other one, and if you're not and you're in, someone else can go to that one, and that's a decision on the fly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just watch to make sure. If you watch people's debuffs, just make sure that tanks don't have red before going to 1 or 2. You could pick one that you want open as tank.
I'll say tank red in that exact situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can just call it out. Like if I get blue, I won't really say anything. But if I get red, I'll definitely call it out. And then if Jerry gets red, he'll definitely call it out. And if you hear us both call it out, then you know, don't go to 1 or 2.
Okay, yeah. Just be like loud and powerful when you call it. So everybody.
Say it loudly, proudly.
And then so if we both get red, Jerry, you go 1, I'll go 2.
Sounds good.
Tank red.
Tank red.
Tank red, guys.
Is this tank red?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's Sprout.
Immunity's on, red's held. I'm dying.
Oh, crit shield. Let's go, baby. I'll take your spot. Watch it, wait.
Oh, I just blew somebody up.
That would be me.
Goodbye, Emily.
Up.
Away.
Out.
Oh, no, everything.
I'll be fine.
Gotcha.
She's like,
In.
Stack.
Right side. Can actually be pretty close to the boss.
Beat the time.
middle.
Drop if you have to, go left goal.
Ah,
Back to the middle.
I'm good. I fucked up.
Markers.
I got marked.
Get people back up.
Corners.
Be pretty far away from cells. Any DRs we have right now.
I got him. Wings.
Left side on red and in.
I was a little way too early.
Corners.
Left side, red, out. Ruin on red, but shackle. Whoever gets shackled on.
You got reprisal here.
Big shield. Bigger.
Watch your buffs. I have red. Going to one.
Very red and blue.
Oh no, I got blue.
So that was a timing thing. I think I could have been a red while my blue was on because my blue didn't go off until after.
There were some movements, and I saw Garchomp get two of them at the same time, though, I think.
So it's dynamic for a little bit, and then it chooses and locks it in after not very long.
So that's a be immediately ready thing.
Yes.
Then
You get,
I'll preemptively camp 1 then, like between 1 and where I would stand if I was blue.
well, it was Iris and was originating red. Garchomp was originating blue. Oh, they both died. Oh no, Garchomp died.
I don't know who was on C, but I did see somebody on C.
That
who
was
should have happened.
Yeah, no, I should not have been there, but I didn't want to risk running all the way to 2 from C and just going through everybody with my red. So I figured just stay there, eat it, because there was no way I was making it.
I think if we're in the wrong spots there, it's a wipe. So I'd say attempt. If you don't think you'll make it, always attempt it.
Okay.
Yeah, we had nobody at 2 for that red. Basically, is what happened there.
Yeah.
We had 1, 4, and 3 covered.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah,
looks
it's
like,
with the... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Emery looked like he was at 4.
I was on 2 or 3 for that 4 corners.
Oh yeah, that is 3. Okay, yeah, Emery was on 3. I can't tell who was on 4. I was on 1.
4 was Iris.
Yeah.
So then
Do
we
we?
were missing Whirlin
Yep.
on 2. Okay.
So we know the debuffs come out at different times. Do we think maybe we want to see how long we have on our debuffs? As soon as they come out, everyone will be paying attention. Find our time, find our window, and then maybe based on time, assign a position so no one gets jumbled. So like say red with the shortest debuff timer. Once we know how long the shortest one would be, red would always shortest red would go to 1. Second shortest red would go to 2. So like say it's 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds. If you see you got your debuff in 5 seconds, you're going to 1. If you see you got your 10-second debuff, you're going to 2. But we need to know on times.
Don't
Mine was
know if
like
we have to
13 when I got it initially.
That's
You
just
could've
purely to
designed it.
avoid. That's purely to avoid on the fly confusion.
I really like the idea.
What is the? I don't. The timer doesn't matter as long as you get to the corners if you're red, right? I don't see where the timer matters.
Because some of us are getting a red debuff that starts with like 6
No.
seconds, and some of us are getting a debuff that has like 12
I
seconds.
think
It
that's
doesn't matter,
emanating
though.
Explosion.
It doesn't matter like your timer as long as you get to a corner, right?
The
Yes.
timer is, but
Like-
Jerry, so I noticed that's the timer for the explosion. It'll lock them in and then explode when that goes down. So everybody has to be at 1 regardless. Like if the one who was,
But everyone
Uh,
has to be at 1, but one's gonna go first. So if everyone already knows going into it where they're supposed to go immediately just by looking at a number and saying this number equals 1. So that way someone doesn't run to 1 at the same time as someone else.
I think it was in like 4 or 5 second intervals.
Here, let me.
I know mine was 4 seconds. Somebody
My
said-
blue was like 12.
Mine was 13, and I had a red.
Okay, yeah,
I
we
think
could
blue
just
blue might matter a little less provided blue just gets in position.
say, yeah, the shortest red towards. Let's just all be stacked up really tight before that. If you're shortest red, 1, like 8-ish seconds, 2, 12 seconds, 3,
Well, we can't do that because
4.
then the tank's gonna be running like to Narnia essentially, and we don't have a. I don't like. So like if you're looking at my stream, like I got a 13-second red. I looked down, I saw Jerry was blue. I'm like, well, I'm going to 1 because let's just say the 1 is always just gonna be the tank one, guaranteed. You know, unless neither of us get red. But I ran over. I had a 13-second buff. I get over there. I have 4 seconds left. It explodes. it changes to the other red when that expires, to the originating red, I guess we call it. I explode again, like, I'm fine until I get the blue. Like, it doesn't really matter until somebody dies, from what I've seen.
Okay, so to start, go back to when you first got your debuff. I want to see when your first explosion happens.
My first explosion happens, so I get the debuff at 13 seconds, right?
Yep.
First explosion happens at like 4 seconds right there. And when the explosion happens, I get that second buff, it looks like. Oh no, I actually get it before. So I don't even, I'll have to put my cursor over that to see if that means anything, but I get it right before my explosion happens.
I think that's a magic bolt.
Could be.
Yeah, that is a magic bolt.
Okay. So, yeah. So, basically, as long as
you
they
had
do it
about
right.
4 seconds before it detonated, and you got to that spot within that time frame. I think the person on 3 say it is a tank. They would be able to make it.
I think we had time though. I think we had time. It's just people didn't want a chance, but we do have to take the chance.
Are we saying that, like, so here's the split second where everybody gets their debuff, right there. Are we saying that not everybody's timer for this initial debuff is 13 seconds?
No. Because it's going to go in, like, intervals of, like, 4 or 5 or something, right? So you'll have, like, about 4 seconds to get to your position, and then it blows out from you, and then you go from an originator to a receiver, and then another 4 seconds.
Yeah,
it's
that's the timer before it starts marking people.
So then, I guess that's a good. We haven't been using sprints. At least I haven't been. I think that's a good time for us to sprint.
Yeah, just everyone pops sprint right as he finishes casting.
Yeah.
What's that sage ability that makes you all go brr?
It is. I don't think it's
That's
a save.
Scholar. That's
Yes.
Scholar.
Right?
yeah.
My bad.
Expediency, I think.
Alright, my bad.
Also, that could work.
Wish it was a
Iris.
sage ability.
That would technically work.
Would C be close? I guess would C be closer to D, or the person at the furthest cardinal near A with the blue?
It literally depends on who's the originator, because since it rotates between all 4 debuffs, right? So if you have C, or if you're at C and I'm the originator at 3, then of course not, it's gonna pick somebody, at the boss. But if you're at 4 and I'm at 3, or if you're at C and the originator is at 1, then yeah, you'll be the furthest. So it's literally dynamic on who's got it and who's about to have it.
That I get, but let's just pretend I'm like somebody has it on A, and I hope I don't pull the boss. Is this point on D closer to A than potentially the person over here around boss with blue?
Wait, where's A?
Yeah, the boss.
That's so close to. It potentially could go either way at that point.
Yeah.
So
I think corners is definite that if people are a little bit too far in the middle or not quite close enough to the edges with
Go as far into the corner as you can, I guess.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
corners are good. I
Well,
was just commenting on what Iris
like
said.
the boss, like when you target the boss, he has his gigantic ass hitbox, right? And you can even hit him. Like, I don't know if any of the melees noticed, but you can even when he's doing his inner attack with his spiky ball, you can still melee attack
Yeah,
him.
his hitbox
So-
is quite large.
Yeah, so if we're just at max melee range, I'll just pull some WoW shit out here. If we're just at max melee range, that should give us more than enough time if we're red to get to the corner, especially with sprint. And then if we're blue, we're literally like there. We're just gonna take a few steps in and just kind of hug his nuts a little bit better, right? I mean,
Like it.
that's the way I see it. Is we just stay at max melee range, and then red. Hey, you got your sprint. Preemptive pop it, get out, and then blue, get in, hug his nuts, and just don't get too close to where you stack the blue on everybody else.
Yeah, I think we'll stay with corners. Most of what I was commenting on was what Iris had typed in chat.
I didn't see what he said.
That potentially, like why I was talking about distances of who would be closer in this instance if everybody's not perfect, was talking about do we potentially put reds on cardinals?
Oh
Because-
yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I would stick reds in the far corner. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that I would fear that it would go on like rather than it going A, B, C, D, it would be like A, B, C, and then the furthest blue person would get
Yeah.
hit.
Yep.
Because that's what was kind of. I guess that's not what happened. But looks like we have. This is last pull. Let's do last pull.
Okay, Dad.
We're pushing real close to the end time.
After this pull, I want to talk real quick, just positioning.
Okay. And if people ever do
And
decide,
blue.
yeah, Emery will be going to be. If people decide collectively that they want to trade longer, I'm good at that.
Out and in.
Yeah, no. I'll give them no time to say anything.
Gray stack.
Set your markers. Okay. Need to swap to it, but make sure both get popped.
Hey, hey. There we go.
Go to your marker.
So,
Somebody's messed up, but we're all alive.
Corner.
Be on blue, left, and out. Stay.
Gray stack.
In, left, and blue. You guys need to move over quick. time onto blue, rest onto red. Big shield for damage reduction. Kind of spread so that it's a little bit easier to
Next
do.
melee range. Blue. I'm staying in.
I'll go to one. There's a heal.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to talk positioning.
We're good. Move. Everyone move back in. Big heals. Big quick heals. Probably.
Got you.
Back to your mark. Center.
Kaiser.
Oh shit.
Oh, I get that.
Oh shit.
Oh, weapons. Nice.
Okay, that's
Fuck.
okay, I get that timing now. So for that, the explosion happens before the weapons. So watch the weapons so that you know what you have to do after the explosion, but the explosion takes priority as to what's gonna occur first. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
explosion,
mixed up.
explosion, then weapon, I guess. for
My
the flail?
eyes are looking at
Okay.
crystals, and then I hear clunk. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm like, weapons. And it would just sound like, uh-oh.
I got lucky there that I was soaking C when it was in, and I went back to my original one when you need to be out. So I didn't get hit by any of them. But yeah, weapons.
Yeah, so it's like you still stack in the middle, take the hit. Or it actually doesn't look like they did the Order's Wrath there. You just go check where you're gonna have to be for explosion. Explosion, weapon, weapon, positions. So if you get hit by a weapon, you're 100% dead. Because there's not gonna be time to heal after that.
Yeah.
But if anyone has to go, it is now 5 minutes past our agreed upon raid time. Everybody wants to stay, then we stay.
Down for like one more pull, because we
Yeah,
got
so I'll
I'd be
do one
down to
more.
kill the lockout. Or
Alright,
at least the
So
instance.
before we all leave, what is stopping us from doing something like that for chains?
Your reds can still. So your
Yes, that
original.
is technically it would
It's
work.
the same pattern, yeah.
Just tighter.
Your blues would. I don't know if they can be that.
They
They can
go
be
down
pretty
those.
deep. But
Miley can.
basically bringing it in a little bit. Like I get that we need to, with the reds, need to be spread out. But when we got to that that's the second one, people are too spread out for heals. Like we can't get people healed.
It didn't look like anybody needed to be.
By the time
think
we
It was
get to
rough.
that-
It was rough.
Yeah, by the
As
time
it
we
was
took that
close.
fourth
Yeah.
hit, And then the AoE, trying to get everybody pumped back up real quick. It was
Other than Garchomp, I didn't have a terrible issue AoE shielding the middle goobers. Unless you were middle. Were you red or blue?
I was red. I was all the way off in the
Middle of nowhere, yeah.
yeah. I was way the fuck over here.
I actually wouldn't mind trying it
Fair
for
enough.
one pull since it looks like we might
Yeah.
do one more pull.
So we went into explosions with no shields, just FYI as well. Like we did nothing there. So
Yeah.
and
I think we would just need one nice big shield.
Big
Yeah.
free shield.
Garchomp and Iris are basically the ones that got super low during that.
Yeah.
Is
And then it was this big catch up, and then Garchomp actually
Okay.
died because he was at 17,000 plus a little bit of a shield whenever the
I used my own
Wrath went
to
off.
keep myself up.
yeah.
Alright.
Those are too close. The reds will kill the people on the other. I know
Yeah,
that.
maybe put them one further out.
A
Like
little further out.
yeah, like out here maybe.
Be like where I'm standing currently for purple.
So like
Right in like here.
the Ree can go like here though, and so on. Actually, there is nice spots that is not much further from that are already set for us.
Wow.
We can do.
You just have to be careful because originating originating blue could easily hit a corner if the person opposite of them is not tucked in close enough, right? So
Maybe these go down a little bit.
I was just saying that max melee range for red is probably enough.
I had been pretty far enclosed by those reds.
Those roads are like easily 8 yards long.
yeah, red's no joke.
Yalm, actually?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and like this is definitely far enough. We don't need to be way in the corner. Like anywhere standing on these markers is fine, which at least gives enough range for healers to be able to spot heal.
Yeah.
At least trying to tighten it a little bit will help. Like we're using a lot more of the arena than we need for
I
that.
do think these blues need to be a little bit further apart per se. A little bit.
I know we're going for one more pull, but do we want to leave and come back because we're at 9 minutes till the end?
Yeah.
If we pull it and we need the whole 9 minutes, and it would look like a kill, we deserve to lose our time because we pulled it like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So I can tell you. So let me give you a scenario right now. Originating blue is at C. I would argue that A is further away from C than 3 right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think blue can tighten up on that diamond there in the center. They're each on the torque.
Yeah,
points.
it'll be
corner of the
scary tight, but I think it could work.
What's the worst thing that happens? We wipe?
Yeah. Ooh.
Again?
I bet you think it's pronounced Gil instead of Gil.
It's first pull.
Shield.
Yeah.
I call it gold.
Yeah.
The good news is we do have a time very early on into this fight where we can test these markers.
Alright. Go.
Yeah.
That's
Let's,
the whole reason I'm okay with trying to pull with it right now.
Are we gonna do this with 7 minutes, or do we want to reset it real quick?
Let's just do 7 minutes.
Okay.
We're just testing positioning at this point for tomorrow, right?
Yep. Sounds good.
Darn.
Start that 4-second timer.
I guess my thought on this, Iris, is you can probably be like here on your marker and be totally fine. It's just we need to make sure that if somebody's at the edge of this marker, C is at the back of their marker, and A is at the back of their marker, that they're not hitting 3 or 4 instead of A.
I wish we had like a tape measure so we could actually see how far it is.
Yeah.
I think these should be fine. I'm pretty sure that everybody knows where they have to be going for crystals at this point. I would hope so.
Yeah.
Well, let's try these markers. So for this first one, if you have red, we're gonna be taking it 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you have blue,
Where do we want originating red to go?
shouldn't matter at all.
Okay.
Go to a marker because we want to make sure that they work from any position.
Okay,
You get
red.
Yeah. Okay.
I got originating blue. I'm gonna be on C.
It's fine. I was gonna do it.
Looks like A gets it.
Yeah, that's a fear I have.
Okay,
These
if that's the
people
case,
don't-
I just needed to scooch out just a little bit.
I'm gonna shift these markers 3, 4, 1, and 2 out a little bit because
Let's die real quick and move the markers and get one more good thing in.
Yeah,
marker testing. At least it's like 45 seconds into the play.
no kidding.
Alright.
The inner markers are fine though for blue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always go to like 1 unless I'm blue.
You can stay in the middle.
You sure?
Yeah, range.
Make the
should
range
do.
go do it? Okay.
Yeah, like I was running over to do.
Alright, set it.
I am A.
Save that.
I will still call 1 if I get origination.
I would say. Yeah, if we use this whole timer, that's fine. Be taking red to 1. Just waiting. Somebody else.
Clean.
Now,
And we took a bit of damage.
I was waiting for the extra hits to go off.
so there's some. Is anybody opposed to us just wiping a triangle on markers out?
Yeah, set it.
Never killing it. We're not even getting to where we were in this
I
time.
think we got it that pull though. Like I think we can get the boss down with that pull.
Something to point out. These markers are basically at corners again. That I didn't even pay attention to.
Yeah.
We're gonna try these spots.
Hell yeah, I like it.
Tighter.
Tight. And this is to go even further beyond. Jerry Cat, we're playing Terraria after this, right?
I'm gonna go take a shower then sure.
Sweet. Shower sounds like a good idea. Shower and coffee.
Looks like it should be.
Let's do
It's
it.
really hard. I've been pushing my buttons in the wrong order all night. I'm sweaty.
Kind of fun.
Someone lost their food buff. Feels bad.
I think it's a food buff.
2 minutes, food buff, food check.
And
And if anybody needs to shift to corners and stuff on these markers, let me know.
I thought he stops right there. That's perfect.
Somebody to go to 3.
I'm on 1.
Okay. I think
Hmm.
that's
That was good.
I think that's the tightest we're gonna get this.
Just be inside of your marker at the time of weighing in.
Yeah, but that worked out nicely because that kept everybody in range. The heals.
Yes. Very good.
All right.
And
Well,
yeah,
there's only a minute left, so
I still have 1 minute of a boss fight going.
We got this.
This DPS harder.
Come on, let's give him 75% for rooted and duty failed.
10%.
but everybody just remember exactly where you had to be for the next phase.
As that man, he doesn't get 30 seconds of AFK.
Yeah, dude, my fingers.
Push your buttons harder.
I'm gonna break this fucking keyboard if I push him any harder.
I mostly just want to do crystals again because I hate the space.
Good luck getting through this.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll get one.
Well,
Get up,
yeah,
Bulldog.
so you're all about to get exploded on.
Dude, you-
bum bum ba-dum.
That whole time we only failed 1 pull.
Yeah. We're pretty good at this game.
Yeah, reds are melee range too. That's huge.
When you get the world first raiders, you killed this in like an hour because they're all communicating with each other.
Oh, and they've been
Oh.
playing Final Fantasy for years.
This is our first night.
That too. This is the first time walking into Savage for a lot of us.
I'm
Deal?
happy to say we made it through a phase rotation though.
We got it to about 40%. This thing is dying tomorrow,
Hells
yeah.
yeah.
Our best pull was 40.
roughly.
Nice.
We yeah,
was
got it
gonna
to
s-
sucking crystals,
Okay.
Well, actually pretty good.
and
I
that
guess
was
we
with
don't really know
every-
if he does more of anything.
I think that last mix-up is going to be the only thing. Then we'll probably see Enrage before any new mechanics.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
you're right.
it'll be the same as it was before, like set of mechanics into. Don't even remember what it was called, but when the room changes.
Pizza
then
slice.
Yeah, we probably get a second run of that, and then that's it.
I know he pops out after that again and does a few more things and then enrages in normal.
Does he Enrage in normal?
Everything, I guess, technically does because there has to be an end to the boss.
I've never seen an Enrage in normal.
Oh no, because you have like
Takes a whole lot of fail to get there.
if
You have to try.
everybody was just pushing like no combos, you would never hit the enrage in normal.
I
You have to
only
really-
press tomahawk on those pulls that I want to see in rage on normal.
Just spam the number 1 key. Got it.
Push burst shot. See, will we make it make enrage? Oddly enough, yes. But yeah, every fight eventually ends.
This was a good night.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's good stuff.
I'm
Figured
pretty-
out a lot.
It was pretty good.
I think I noticed when everybody started to get a little bit tired.
Second pull. My brain was off. Neurons done firing.
For
Those games
me,
of Slap City wore me out.
like people probably noticed when I did. There were about 3 pulls where I just didn't call like 90% of things I should have been calling.
Oh, I thought you were just kind of letting us do.
Yeah,
Thanks for
come on.
telling us.
Sometimes you just have to remember that we have minds of our own, and sometimes we should use them too.
No, excuse me. We pay this man to call out
I'm-
everything.
I'm hoping that everybody's using a mind of their own.
Nope, I'm just over here coping.
Yeah, you can tell I'm using my mind of my own, because that's when I'm standing off in Narnia just single casting one ability for 5 minutes.
I have
Thing
OBS open and I'm playing my game through my display.
That's big
See-
brain.
See ya,
If you
Iris.
set your see ya.
Yeah.
If you set your stream to be forward in time instead of backwards, it makes the fight a lot easier.
Because then I know when we're gonna wipe, so I can push buttons to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. But I've found that when I call things, I do the mechanic better.
Mhm.
And when I'm not calling something, it's usually because I was just not watching.
Except for
I'm
when I
not-
say right, thinking that I'm behind the boss, so I actually stand on the left.
Yeah, I love
Hell
calling
yeah.
directionals when there's tanks, especially when the boss gets turned.
Need to start using starboard instead.
Port.
Port and starboard.
Support.
Can somebody look me up directions from like, I don't know, like 2000 BC?
I think I'd prefer stage right and stage left.
Head towards the long side of the shadow.
I think I'm just gonna say over there and right here.
Perfect.
Or everyone else's.
Come to me. Yeah, sometimes it works. Just
Right, go to
saying,
your spot.
stack
Where's
with
your spot?
everyone else. When there's 2 people on their own and 6 people together, I think that does the job.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. Thanks, y'all.
Yep. Same
Who's
here.
Good night.
Yep,
See you
have a good
tomorrow.
one, everybody.
See.